Find the derivative of g of x equals 2 over x to the fourth minus 5x plus 9. And then evaluate g prime of negative 1. So g of x is made up of 3 terms that are adding or subtracting with each other. We're going to take the derivative of each of those individually and add or subtract them accordingly. That first term can make use of the power rule if we rewrite it by moving that exponent in the denominator to the numerator, calling it a negative exponent. So that's going to be the first step I'm going to do. So g of x will be 2 times x to the negative 4. And now we can take the derivative from there. The first term is going to be the power rule. We're going to bring down the negative 4 to multiply with the 2. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Then we're going to subtract 1 from it. Minus 4 minus 1 more becomes minus 5. It always becomes a lower number in the derivative. The next term, a minus 5x, is a constant times x. And the derivative of that is just a constant, so that will be a minus 5. And the last term is a constant with no variable. Its derivative will be a 0. So there's our derivative g prime of x. We can rewrite this by taking that first term and moving the negative exponent to the denominator to be a positive exponent. Do not move the negative 8. It's not raised to a negative exponent. And then minus 5. Now the other thing that we want to do is evaluate g prime of negative 1 here, which means to plug a negative 1 in for all x's. And so we will have negative 8 over negative 1 to the 5. Now negative 1 raised to an even power is a positive 1. Negative 1 raised to an odd power will always be a negative 1. That's 5 negative 1s. An odd number of negatives will give you a negative, so we'll have negative 8 divided by negative 1. Those negatives can cancel, and 8 over 1 will be an 8. And so we have an 8 minus 5, which comes out to 3.